Welcome back to the Joe Buliga Show. I'm Joe Buliga, and I want to wish you guys a very, very Merry Christmas on this Christmas Eve. Today with me, we have Hunter from the last episode, the dude of honor from the random wedding that we were in. It's been like 4 months now. The guy that decided to reject every person in that wedding. Just to make you
to dance,
and to just sweat check. Yeah,
I'd also deny everyone to sweat check me as well.
And then we also have Marcus Ewers, another good friend of ours, otherwise known as Mark Swag 3456.
That's right.
And this is what you would call the winning game from youth camp, 3-on-3 basketball.
Straight dubs.
So
the rent-free game.
The rent-free game, yeah. David Warburg says that we live rent-free in the person who we beat at basketball, who is a larger-than-life person. We're not going to name his name here, but he knows who he is. He has a good haircut. That's all I'm going to say.
If he's watching.
If he's watching, which he's not.
Anyways, we're here to talk about the BBT. So the BBT is the boys' beach trip. And we do this max twice a year, but every time that we do it, we always have a blast. Great time, just for a weekend. Just blast.
Boys Beach Trip.
And we were talking about this earlier. What do we call ourselves?
It's the kind of de facto leader. I've always kind of called everyone the BBT apostrophe ERs, the BBTers.
Like the Three Musketeers.
No, BBTers.
Oh, like
the BBT.
the oh, okay, gotcha. So not BBT. This is like 10th grade English all over.
BBT Tears has 3 T's.
Yeah.
BBTers has 2 T's. It's that different.
Is it really that? Okay.
I keep thinking, when I hear tears, I'm just thinking of
Crying?
the tears that go like S tier, A tier. Whenever I hear tears, I'm just thinking BB tears.
Should we rank the BBTers?
Oh, dude, that's sick.
Well, we have those. Don't we have? No, never mind. I'm not
S tier, UV.
Well, we have the.
The Smash Bros. Intros.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone in the BBT. It was at a different time in the world when things were slower and people could do stuff less, and we were like, okay. So I had more free time. I made
COVID.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Wait, what?
So I made Smash Bros. Intro photos for each people who come to the BBT. I feel bad. One thing real quick about the BBT, I feel bad, is there's only so much people we can fit into this little place, and so unfortunately, it's kind of capped at this point. So it's kind of an exclusive club that I don't want to be exclusive, but it is.
That's why we're going public with it.
Yeah. So then people, if you ask us if you want to be part of the BBT, we're just going to say no, automatically.
Or you
don't
can sleep
ask.
on the beach.
Or, I mean...
Camp out on the beach. There's like no room on that beach to like camp out. That tide has been like coming in.
Oh, that's right. When we went in January,
because of global warming.
When we went in January last year, the tide was literally
to the like giant.
Well, it's like
sand.
I think they kept pushing that back further and further.
We should probably put a picture of what this
is
looks
what
like.
the beach looks like here. What they're talking about is that it's not geology or whatever. Maybe it is. Whatever. It's science about the land, how it moves. And this sand is blown by the wind, so the sand dunes change where we're at. And so just last 10 years ago, it was almost like a smooth ramp to the ocean, and now it's like a seawall of sand.
Huge hill.
Sometimes we'll just yeet ourselves off the side of it.
Actually, I don't even know. We'll have to see if I can find that video, and if we find it, I'm going to place it right here. But there's actually this video. I think Marcus and I are on the edge at the beach of the BBT, and we're walking, and they're like, because right at the edge of the dune, there's no support. So if you walk, you're just going down 20 feet. And I think, I can't remember exactly the whole story, but you and I were there, and we both ended up falling down. And the worst part about that is getting sand in your shoes.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's like you can't, your whole activity or whatever you're doing is just ruined.
One of the biggest problems with that is coming back into the house.
Yes.
You gotta clean your feet.
The house is shared with several different families, so it's very important to keep it clean.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of the sand Nazi, and there's just 0% sand in the house. This is probably the most cleanest house full of guys there's ever been.
I think we do a pretty good job of actually.
But for how many dudes are in there, the house is spotless.
Yeah. We also have a super good cleaning team.
Yes, we have a whole bunch of roles and stuff.
And that's figured out beforehand. Like we get there, and we're like,
yeah.
Designate. These people are doing this. These people are doing whatever, Well,
the system.
Yeah. Let's start back at. I want to start back at this year.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been to, I think last year was the first year.
You missed September BBT.
I missed the September BBT, but I went, so if we go back to last year, was the very first BBT that I attended, but you guys had already been doing them.
The May BBT.
Right, I think, yeah. But you guys have been doing it before, this was my first January.
This is the one with the board.
This is the way.
This is the way, yeah.
Wait, with the board?
The board.
The one where we carry it for
the
miles.
The Great Trek.
There's another event that we do, most BBTs, weather permitting, called the Great Trek, where most people at this beach that we go to walk to this big Cape Kiwanis. Now you know which beach we go to. Pacific City.
That was classified information.
Yes.
That was like the thing that Hunter wasn't supposed to say.
Come on, Papa.
Since I shared that secret with you, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this video.
Well,
now you're part of the family.
While you're at it, I think we forgot to mention it earlier. What do you think we should call ourselves? Is it the BBT-ers?
This is the Joe Buliga podcast.
Well,
that's right.
Yes, if you want to say that.
Oh, we're talking about the BBT. Okay.
We're talking about the BBT.
But you go ahead and subscribe to the Joe Buliga podcast. He's too humble to say it for himself, so I will for you. Joe Buliga podcast.
Also, I will say it. Subscribe.
Yeah.
I think since our last one, we've had 102,000 subscribers now.
Huh?
102,000 subscribers.
That's right. I forgot. I know a guy who, JP, we'll just call him that. He joined and he subscribed.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you, JP, for your support.
What's up, JP? And that's JB, baby.
Not Justin Bieber.
Which would be in the still letters. Like, I'm trying to make acronyms out of everything. BBT.
ME.
BBT.
I'm with HC and ME on the JB show. On the JB baby show.
Are you rapping right now?
No. I would never be able to do
Joe
that.
Buliga raps.
In Pacific City, where everybody always goes, when they hike, they always go north to the Cape Kiwanis, what they call it. It's this really big, cool dune thing. It's pretty cool. We've done it before. We'll talk about that later in the pod. But the Great Trek is where we go south instead, all the way to the end of the ocean, where the river and the ocean meet.
Which is called the Estuary.
Estuary.
You know where we learned that?
I have learned about that.
You know where we learned that at? 6th grade outdoor school, right?
Oh, you went to outdoor
I wasn't
school?
there. I wasn't there.
Oh, you didn't go? Okay.
I didn't go.
I did.
I
have a
went.
funny story about outdoor school,
Do you?
actually.
All right, tell it.
Okay, real quick. It's
Yeah.
no, actually no, I can't tell this on
Why?
the podcast. It's so embarrassing.
Why, did you cry, get homesick?
No, I'm really not telling this on the pod.
Okay.
Edit it out.
Okay, guys, if you guys find Hunter outside of this podcast, make sure to give him a hard time, okay?
Yes, please.
Find about Cape Kiwanis.
Cape Kiwanis. Yes, okay, Great Trek. So, instead of going to Cape Kiwanis, we go south and we come back around the other way on the river side of the beach, I guess is what it is.
The estuary side.
Yeah. Well,
Got you.
Sure. I
But
don't know if that's
I
correct.
mean, the estuary would basically be where it meets, but you guys know what we're saying.
We're big estuary people on this podcast.
Yes.
So, yeah, we walk to the estuary because you have to see the estuary when you're at the beach. I don't know why that's starting to sound like a bad word now.
I don't know. It
The
sounds weird.
Dude, Marcus, don't be an estuary. So then we walk back around the other way,
Yeah.
and there are, I think it's a marsh.
It's literally a marsh.
Yeah. So it's just this, like these weird reeds that kind of keep this clay stuff together, and in between these like things is this river of like mucky water and mush.
And this is not something you really want to step into either. Like, this
No.
is stuff
This has
that-
ruined countless shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single time I've done the Great Trek, I've thrown my shoes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have a pair of
Basically.
Great Trek 2s.
The Great Trek 2s, yes.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
It's-
What happened different this time? We've done the Great Trek before a couple years ago, and we just did it with 3 people. And then this time we did it with about 9 people.
9 or
I
10.
think there's
9 or 10.
about 10 people.
A
give or
lot
take.
of the boys. And you could do a lot of good stuff when you have a lot of the boys together.
Yeah. You
And
can carry a
You can carry a
big
20
log
foot. You
or
can carry a
big.
20-foot board.
Yeah. So tell us how we found the like 16
Yes.
by 10.
So we were taking a little break around the estuary.
We just gotta exaggerate. The estuary.
Yeah. And we were just sitting there. I remember drinking the
LaCroix.
no, the ice, the thing.
Oh,
what
the
is it?
sparkling
From,
ice.
Costco.
There's one in there still.
Shout out to Costco.
Look,
Is
see
it
if you
really?
can find it, yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't
Bottom
planned.
left.
Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. I get this.
Don't pull your microphone out.
This is so unimportant to the plot of
I
the
know.
story. But like,
So important.
Dude, one of those sounds so good right now.
dude, drink it.
I'll
It's
drink it. Do
BBT
you have another
material.
one?
Like, I don't even like it.
Is there another one?
Yeah, there's another one.
You want that one?
Here, take it. You can drink it. I don't want it.
Get that ASMR in there though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was so underwhelming.
It didn't even
That's how
go.
little they move. Is they've literally been in there for what, a year or a half?
No way.
Maybe? Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't drink it.
Actually, pull up the other prop you got.
Oh.
We always make Costco runs before the BBT. This is such a
Yeah.
big sidetrack.
And okay, about the Costco.
Yeah.
So,
Oh no.
if you eat one of these, you're getting COVID. That's
Yeah, it's so old.
You're getting COVID.
I just keep it in my shelf and never eat them.
Yeah,
You
those
wanna
are
go-
like a year old.
If you want to get antibodies for COVID,
Yeah.
there's your answer. Right
Eat
there.
those.
That's the COVID pill.
right, yes,
Just Reese's Pieces.
vaccine Reese's Pieces that have been
I'm
sitting
taking
in
the Reese's Pieces.
Crisps.
Yeah,
That's up here.
every day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Where was this going? Oh,
were
to
taking the
Costco.
break.
Yeah.
Taking-
The
Taking
break.
at the
Yes.
estuary.
Estuary. So we were just sitting there, and there's this like 16-foot log, not log.
No, it's a board.
It's a
Plank.
board. Plank. It's
It's literally
plank.
plank.
Walking the plank.
Mhm.
Well,
And there was like this little bit of like sand that was kind of perched up about 2 feet, and we put this board because it looked so weird on a beach in the middle. Like, you gotta know, this part of the beach no one goes, so there's no way this board was being used to build anything. This was driftwood.
there was nobody around
No.
besides the BBTers.
I'm pretty sure it probably came from a pirate ship that sank.
Yes, probably.
I
Most
second that motion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So we put it up and we start bouncing on it, and then we just get attached to this board.
Well, and then because we've done the Great Trek before,
Yes.
there were some jumps that were quite difficult.
Yes, there's these little rivers,
Small creeks.
creeks. I don't even know if you can call it a creek.
It's just a big
We'll have photos on
big
there.
gap of where the marsh meets the other marsh.
Yep.
And then there's like just a split of where water's at.
And really, we could jump them, but
We did. We jumped quite a few of them.
we had to after something. Anyways, we got the board, and Hunter, what do we do next?
Actually, go ahead.
Well, we thought, okay, this is a bridge now. We need to carry it so we can get to the marshes to get across some of these things.
So here's us carrying it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have this photo. All of us, I think there's 8 of us on the board, or is there
There's 6 total.
6 of us carrying the board, but we kept going back and forth because I think there was 2 not carrying.
So 8 total of us.
I think there's 8 of us there, but we would carry it, and every time that we would come across this big gap, we would throw it up. So like, actually,
Push it up.
you know what this would remind us of?
Iwo Jima.
Yeah, where they all
Yes, when we put up the
they
flag.
all put
When
the
they put up
flag
the
up,
flag.
right? So this is actually, we took a photo of this.
Mhm.
There's a photo of this. We're gonna throw that photo up here too.
And this just shows how tall this thing is.
Well,
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And that's basically, we would throw that across a big area where there was like this, huge marsh, so that we could walk across it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Did we really need to use it? No.
No.
We were all quite
got-
physically capable to
We
jump
literally
across.
just got attached to the board because there was a board on the beach. in the
I don't
middle.
know if everybody was attached. Actually, there was some murmuring,
Oh,
complaining.
there was a lot of murmuring.
'Cause we
There
had
was
to-
some Moses. There was some
Yeah.
murmuring against Moses type action.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was kind of the Moses. I also wasn't carrying it for most of the time too. That just happened to work out.
I was right up in the front with Peyton.
Because everyone but me and you hadn't done the Great Trek before. Patrick
Yes.
wasn't there. Rip in peace, Patrick.
Oh, sad.
And,
Wilson, rip in peace,
That was the
Wilson.
one. That was the one that he wasn't there.
Rip in peace, Wilson. And Patrick was the only one who couldn't make it to that trip.
Yeah.
So me and Marcus are the only ones that knew how important that could maybe be to get across the thing. So everyone's like, why are we carrying this like 200-pound board 3 miles on this like uneven sandy plain? And in the end, it worked out really good.
It did.
It made a story
Mm-hmm.
because
did.
we took. This was us. We wanted to take a group photo,
All on the board.
all on the board,
This
standing
was
on
not
the board.
our intention, though.
This was not our
at
intention.
all.
And not our intention to do what this video is about to show. And actually, we didn't even get a full video of this.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a little tripod set up for specifically taking a
Thanks
photo.
to UV.
Yeah,
Yes,
UV.
Shout out to UV for getting this on camera. We set this board up. There's like this, I don't know, like a 10-foot marsh hole, just mud. And you can see in the photo or in the video, we all get on the board. We're standing, and all of a sudden, after all of us get on it, we're about to, smile for our photo, and all of a sudden we can hear this crack. and nobody has any time. Everybody knows what's happening, but you have no time to react. And I was sitting right there in the middle, and you can see me. I just went, Duke. And if you watch my feet, if we zoom in on my feet right here, I just had a layer of muck all over my shoes. Those shoes were gone.
It was so gross.
You know the saying that a picture can be 1,000 words.
That's what happened.
This picture is 1,000,000 words.
We after the trip, we would just come back to this video on the
This
TV
video-
and watch back. Just every person, you just rewatch each time
And
and
we
see
would
what
st-
Yuvi does
and
and
it
what
never-
Peyton does.
What was
This
funny
video's
is,
rewatchability is so high.
well, also, and we would every time we watched it, it got even funnier. It
what
would
did you
never
say?
like it would
Your
never.
glasses, we went
Oh yeah,
into the water.
And David's like trying to pull. David's literally trying to grab your backpack and pull you like he wants to get
Yes.
past you. He's like, get out of my way.
He was definitely using me.
Okay, let's paint a picture really quick for our audio only listeners.
So there's this muck of 10 feet.
Okay, you drop a Taco Bell burrito on the ground. That's what this liquid looks like.
The inside of it.
Yes, it's just
And we had this board.
Yeah.
This 20-foot, give or take, 20-foot board. 16-foot board.
About-
okay.
yeah, 16.
And we laid it down over the top. Now, there's no support in the middle. So there's only support on the edge. And we have about, give or take, 3 feet on each side. And there's 8 of us. So give or take, that's what? I don't know.
200, 175
1,000
per
pounds.
person.
More than 1,000 pounds on the board. And there's no support. So we get up. We didn't even really think this through. But we get on it. And we're standing. And the board cracks. And we end up.
And cracks.
Yeah, you can actually just anticipate. The
I
crack,
think
like I said.
when we were doing this though, before it cracked the first time, we had got on it and it worked, and we heard a little crack, and then after we got off,
We should have just
right?
taken the
We redid
video.
it.
We
I think
redid
you're
it.
right.
And
We
we were
should've
like,
just did it
oh,
the
it
first
won't
time.
break.
Actually, I think the reason that we tried it out is because we didn't have a camera set up yet.
Yeah.
We wanted to get it on video.
No, we got it all on video. I don't think we got everybody. I think Peyton was the last. Oh no, we got everybody on there. And for some
Yeah.
reason, we said we need to do a photo, and then we did it again.
and we
then
did
all
it,
got
jumped
back.
on to do a photo, and it didn't. And then that's when it broke.
Mhm.
Oh, now this is all coming back to me. This was like what, 2 years ago,
Just
Oh,
about,
year and a
yeah.
half.
Wow.
on the great track of us.
Let me milk this one story.
Do it.
Yeah, keep going.
The Cougar.
Oh my.
Oh
word.
no, this was so dumb. This was so dumb. Marcus and I are at the front of the line.
And okay, we're already getting spooked.
This was dumb. I was like, because at this point my feet were soaked. I was like, whatever. So I'm like, at this point, I kind of just wanted to get back to the house. I was enjoying it, but I wanted to get back to the house and get my feet out of these
Mud.
swampy socks.
I need to get out of the Great Trek twos. That's all
Yeah.
I needed to do.
Who yelled it?
It was me for
Was it
sure.
Hunter?
It was definitely
Yeah.
Hunter.
Was it Hunter?
I remember the voice.
It was me and Peyton. I didn't say there was a cougar. I said, "Is that a cougar?" And then I just started running. And when you say something that like explosive, people just listen.
Well, to put this in
But there was something over there,
There was-
that looked like
There's a
it.
log.
Well, the thing
Yes.
is, we're an isolated group of guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no people around us. So like somebody says something, I guess we were just in the mindset of like taking everything serious.
Yeah, I think so.
And Hunter shouts it, and he started running,
just booking
and it, like
Which made it 100 times more believable.
Yeah,
because
when
he got
Hunter
like
starts
4
running.
guys behind us to
Yeah.
get running.
and we all booked it. And he's like, I'm kidding.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember
Just
either, but
imagine
that
these two guys running like headless chickens. Just
I booked it.
no
I
plan.
booked
There
it
was
too.
no plan in your
Marcus,
sprint.
I think Marcus had it right before me, and I just followed. I was like, I'm following. I was like, if Marcus is going, I'm going too.
The moral of the story is we're too gullible.
yeah. Oh.
There's a cougar. Look.
Also, the grass where we were, especially towards the cougar side of the marshes, is the grass was super high.
Yeah.
You remember that one? It wasn't a BBT, but it was the beach gang trip where
We
you
were
guys-
hiding?
Yeah, you guys literally just laid like crouched and they were gone.
Shout out to Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick.
I think the pictures we show will show like
They give
how
a little bit
tall
more
that grass
context,
is.
and you can understand what was happening
Yeah.
Just imagine the African Sahara, but near the ocean and with a lot of really muddy water.
with no water.
and possibly cougars.
Sorry,
Baby
with water.
cougars.
I'm sorry. Baby cougars.
Anyways, we did manage to survive the Great Trek, and we didn't actually bring the board the whole way.
Because it cracked.
It cracked. We left it in the mud. We actually went back to that same spot and we couldn't find it. So I want to know if it like
If it's still there.
I don't know, maybe just
Or
cracked
the
so
earth
much
just sucked it.
sucked deep into the ground.
Yeah, it's gone. Okay, we can't bring the whole. Okay, this is another thing. We can't bring the whole entire group there, and we did bring Aaron up the hill.
Oh yeah, Aaron, who I think is like the technical term is paraplegic.
Yes.
So he struggles with walking. And so for this, I had the kind of the same idea from where we saw the board. We're like, dude, we could all the boys, could just carry this board. And so we were talking about this. Cape Kiwanda is this big dune thingy.
Looks like the Saharan Desert, just one of them.
Yeah.
Just one hill.
Yeah, just one hill of the Sahara Desert. But like probably 80 times higher, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Because it's America and we're the best.
It looks like you can just it looks like you can just walk up and be fine, but you get about 50% up the hill and you're huffing and puffing.
And
like crazy.
And then when we're if you're carrying someone,
if you're carrying somebody up the top of the hill.
The idea was, okay, if we could carry the board, we could carry Aaron up here. Probably no way Aaron could get up there any other way besides maybe a helicopter or the boys.
Yeah,
we're
or
like,
boys.
Dude, let's just boy our way through this thing and just carry Aaron up this dune, this mountain.
So we all did it, and we all took turns. So we'd be like, okay, we'd go, we'd run, and then from there we'd say, okay, switch, and then we'd hand off Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Next person would go. Switch, next person would go. And we eventually got to the top.
It was so, like, because we just, it was all traps the whole time.
Yeah, because you had to literally, like this, and you also had to keep your upper body forward.
Almost
so
the back, too.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, So Malicious came up with the idea. Is he actually came from behind and would
Yes.
just
pushing.
push our back so that we would either fall backwards and then make it easier to go forward. And that was key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to the top of the hill. Aaron's at the top. Peyton finishes his last steps of carrying him, and he's quoting the Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I can't carry you, Frodo, but I can carry you! Look, Mr. Frodo, stars! Look, Mr. Frodo, stars!
Beautiful! It's a little bland, but I mean, we're at the beach. I wasn't expecting too much.
We're gonna say this is beautiful. You gotta validate our efforts.
Validate our efforts.
And then we come back, and we want to take a group photo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have here. I'm gonna put this group photo at the top. This is all of us pointing. Okay, so that was January.
Mm-hmm. January BBT. Yeah, that was the randomly like super good weather in January.
Yeah. So that actually that night of that BBT, and it was sunny. We're driving down the road. You can literally see the sun. It's partly cloudy, but it was just like.
It was like primetime summer weather.
Summer weather.
It honestly was nicer weather than when we were in August.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah.
It was that first night was better than August weather.
And that was significant because like that January the December, and that was kind of a messy time of life, and so it was very stressful. And then we got this like little slice of like this is what summer's about to be like.
Yes.
And I remember I was driving there. You were in shotgun.
I was in shotgun, yeah.
And I was like, put surfaces on right now. Go. It's sunny. Put it on while I have the chance.
I guess that's Oregon weather for you.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, but the really cool thing about the perfect weather is I had this idea of a game.
You actually explained this game, which was funny. You explained this game like on the car ride over.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you explain. I thought it was funny that we were able to actually pick it up and just go with it.
It worked. Yeah, well, I brought the stuff to do it, and I didn't expect the weather to be anywhere
Gorgeous.
good. I honestly expected to be inside the whole time at the beach.
Yeah. But that's why when we saw the weather, we were so excited because we were just
Send it.
We're
We
just
said,
going
now,
straight
this
there.
is the time. Go.
Yeah.
Strike.
We were
While the iron is
we
hot.
had like a sudden burst of energy, and we're like, we're doing this.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
the first
right
day.
now.
First day, best day.
Oh, yeah,
every
first day,
time.
best day.
First day, best day. Because it's always when you have the most energy.
And then
Because
by the next day, you just don't want to do anything.
you're just burnt out because you stayed up too late, you played too hard, and you had too much fun.
FDBD.
FDBD, first day, best day. And anyway, so I finally got to try out this game. It's called, fittingly, BBT Ball. Peyton and I came up with the idea probably in like the 3rd or 2nd grade when we were trying to play kickball, but there was only 2 of us. His backyard was square, and I don't know explain how I came to the genesis of the idea, but the game works like this. We'll have some footage playing in the background, maybe whatever, but there's 2 teams. There is a baseball-shaped-ish field, more like a rhombus. Imagine a rhombus, okay? There's home, 1, 2, 3, home. And then there's the outfielders and the hitters.
Which is actually, it's basically flip-flop because you want to be on
Yes.
defense. to score
Defense
points.
is the hitters, and then the offense players are the outfielders.
Sorry.
So the way you score points, the goal of the game is to score the most points. So the way you score is by hitting them with a tennis ball. We play with a tennis ball and a golf club. The defensive players hits the tennis ball into the field. The outfielders who are on offense can score a point by A, catching the ball, which is difficult, which is worth 2 points, or by tagging the runner or the hitter with the ball, which is easier said than done. When you're on the beach and you overthrow, you have to go get the ball.
Sometimes it goes into the ocean too.
Yeah. And so they get back. And so your goal as the hitter or the runner is to get scored on the least amount of times. The outfielders to score as much as possible. Each runner runs the bases. They take turns running. They can pause on a base to get safe. But their goal is to get through all the hitters.
Whatever you want to call
So
it.
you kind of want the guy who's the fastest to run first.
But
I mean, last.
Yes.
Because the last runner has to get through all the bases. They can't stop at a base. They just have to send it through.
So the offense has to work harder to get that tennis ball to the other people around,
Mm-hmm.
and then eventually get to that the runner.
Yeah, and then so after that, the technical rules are you can stop a runner by getting the ball to the pitcher's mound, who doesn't actually pitch it. That just makes them have to stop at the base, kind of like baseball, so they can't keep running.
It makes them. It has a self-awareness.
And
type
and this is still in the process of being made.
I think it's pretty solidified
yeah,
at this point.
it
We've
can
played
always.
it.
pretty
It can always
solidified.
change.
I've played probably 8 games of BBT balls since it's.
Did we really play that
The
many?
pitcher's
games?
mound name could change.
Yeah. And then the other technical thing is each person can, the first couple of runners, with the exception of the last runner, can be scored on as many times as they want, but it has to pass between 2 different people. So I could hit Joe, but I couldn't just keep tagging
him.
Joe because then that wouldn't be fair because I'm way faster than Joe. That's not true.
But we used to be able to do that.
We changed that rule
We
because
changed
it
that rule.
became
That,
overpowered.
that was a rule that was changed.
So instead we have to go, I can tag Joe, throw the ball to Marcus,
And then he can
Marcus
tag
tags
me.
Joe,
Yeah.
and
so
then
on and so forth. Yeah,
while he's running away. So it's difficult.
but it's a super fun game.
It's super fun and it gets very competitive. And there's no one better at no one better at BBT ball than, say it with me, Jackson
Jackson
Parker.
Parker.
We're like, wait, who's it? No, I was kidding.
He is basically the Michael Jordan
Came
of
in
BBT ball.
clutch.
Basically. So, I was playing a little BBT ball. And Jackson's running to home base. He was clearing real fast. And on the way to home base, we'll have a video explaining this, but basically I just whipped the ball, but you can see I was watching this back. You can see I did not put all of it. I kind of gave it to
The last second realization. I'm aiming for his head.
I kind of gave it one of those the chicken wing arms because you don't want
Easy
to
to say that now,
you want-
Marcus.
Because I mean, if you
Because he
look
feels
at that,
bad. He's like,
yeah. So I threw it and it skims his face basically.
It didn't touch him though.
It didn't touch him, but when no one knew this when we were playing. It wasn't until we were sitting where we usually watch our videos after the day is done, and we saw the tennis ball skim his face, and we were like, "What?"
well, the thing is, you realize it. Like you and Jackson both realize it if you watch the video closely, because you throw it.
yeah.
And you
smile.
No,
and you
I did the.
And we'll zoom in on his face here. But Jackson, after his reaction, just
Yeah.
he turned around and he's
Jackson.
like, "What?"
The best way to describe Jackson is like a gazelle.
A gazelle.
Like it doesn't look like he should be that fast, but the dude goes.
Yeah.
Books it.
He gets going.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, anyways, Joe, can I bring you the sponsor?
Bring the sponsor of
Okay.
today's episode.
Sponsor of the
Today's
day.
episode is brought to you
Jackson
by.
is so good at BBT ball that he actually got sponsored for his own golf club, which is what you use in BBT ball. And so this is the Gazelle.
It's been used for
club.
centuries, apparently.
And it's actually a signed pair of Jackson. I don't know if you can see it on the pod right here. Jackson
We
Parker.
could zoom it. We'll zoom in on that
Yeah,
too.
so this is actually a collectible at this point because Jackson is an incredible BBT ball player. And
BBT baller.
so this is sponsored on the show. So if you use our affiliate link down below, it probably won't show up like with the blue, like it's like a link. It probably won't look like that.
It'll
but it's
be
real.
it'll be a link that you can only access if you're subscribed to my channel.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Even then, it's not
if
even
it's
like
not
It's up in
working-
the air.
If it's not working, just leave a comment. But yeah, so this I'll hand this over to you. This is a really fine piece of work right here. It's made from aluminum and
If you guys look very closely, I think there's actually still some sand on this.
yes.
Like, there's sand.
Mm-hmm. But Jackson very likely used that very club, and he signed it. And I promise you that I did not forge that signature.
Today's episode is brought to you by the one, the only
Gazelle.
Jackson Parker
Gazelle
Gazelle Golf Club.
Gazelle Club. Gazelle Golf Club.
And they're limited for a very limited for a very
Blood
exclusive
market.
time.
Smell it.
Smells like the beach.
Smells like Jackson.
I wish it smelled like Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The Gazelle.
The gazelle smell.
All right, let's
now
put that
Jackson's
That's
animal.
Jackson's,
Is the gazelle.
Thank you, Jackson, for actually sponsoring that. BBT ball, definitely one of the best highlights of the BBT.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
But I
behind
think-
Great Track. Definitely behind Great
Yeah.
Track.
And actually, what happened? This was in August BBT.
Mhm.
So we came up with an idea. We wanted to make it fun. We're like, let's see what we can do. So if the winner or whoever loses
Oh yeah, the game.
has to do something, we're
Punishment.
just do something because they lost. They didn't put enough effort or whatever. But we wanted to make it so that people could try it. So we came up with the idea that the losers have to go into the ocean and get completely dunked and come back if they lose.
This is interesting because this will kind of tie into a different story, but my idea of this was not good. I did not want to do this because I thought I was going to get sick.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Foreshadowing.
We'll come back to what he gets, but we're gonna. So I think it was actually my team lost. I can't remember somebody's team didn't lose, but you guys did it anyway.
We just did
So
it anyways.
I think everybody was being a team
We
player.
all lost.
We all lost.
Well, I'm pretty sure my team won.
So
I was on Jackson's
we
team,
all-
I think so.
I'm gonna explain it for our audio only listeners right now. What happened? And I'm gonna play the video. So we get it. We lose. We're like, okay, let's do it. We're all like anticipating the moment. Like we're gonna go into the water, and Hunter just decides to sprint.
Game over.
And
Just
I think
send
you
it.
can see in the video, I kind of hesitate, and I'm like, wait, are we going? Is this like, are we actually doing this? Hunter's going, so it's like, okay, we all go. Best part is there's a wave coming. We all get in, we dunk ourselves, and then we're like, okay, well, now we have to get fully submerged. So Hunter, myself, Marcus,
Jeremy.
I'm getting to Jeremy. Who was the other? Was there another one?
Maybe Peyton.
Peyton. Yes, Peyton was it. Yes. So Peyton, Hunter, myself, and Marcus, we all go fully submerged, and we get it. But Jeremy,
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
bless his heart. If he's watching this, Jeremy, I know you're going to laugh.
You're right, dude.
He dunks his head in the water. He doesn't even get fully submerged. He leans over and gets his face
It was
wet.
the most half-hearted attempt at a dunk
Yeah.
I've
He-
ever
you know
seen
what,
in
to
I
my
don't
be
life.
even
fair,
think his eyebrows got
that
wet.
water was so cold.
If it was the baptismal service, it would be redo.
Yeah, we do.
Straight to jail right away.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
But that was our August, right? August BBT.
This first day too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, first day we're like, we gotta do it. So we did it, and I think we went back to the house, like Marcus was saying earlier, when we watched this video, and I don't think we realized that Jeremy did that until we watched it to see that he didn't get fully submerged.
And then we'll play it on the video right now here too. But I had it screen sharing it to the TV. I would scrub it back and forth, and I just made Jeremy like nod his head like.
Actually, we'll do it for you right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and so we teased him about that for a while, but he was a good sport. He at least went in the water.
He was laughing about it, and he doesn't take it personally either. So
No. We mean it personally, but he doesn't take it personally, so it's nice.
Nothing's personal at the BBT.
oh, it's all a good time. And I think that after that first day, everybody's tired, right? We all go so hard that first day, and we get back, or then we wake up that next morning and we're gassed.
Mhm.
So what do? We play video games.
Mhm.
One of the games that we always play is NBA 2K.
Oh,
And Peyton, if you're watching this, you already know where I'm going with this.
we don't like you.
I love you, Peyton.
Peyton is like the ultimate.
No, Peyton is not even good at 2K.
He just takes the.
He's good at Kobe.
He takes what team was it?
The Lakers.
The 2012 Lakers? 2000. Oh, no.
2015 Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
2015.
It was
15.
like
2K, yeah,
Jeremy
2K.
Lin, like a pile of trash, and then like some broken version of Steve Nash. Like
Yep.
it was nobody, and then there's Kobe Bryant.
And what Peyton does is he takes Kobe, and he shoots with him every single time.
Literally 100% of the shots, Kobe.
Literally, and he'll beat you
Every time.
because they 2K creators, they literally rigged that so that Kobe will make every shot
I'm pretty sure Kobe shoots probably 90% when you take that shot,
in
Yes.
that game.
I think
In that
more.
game,
Mhm.
it's probably 99%.
especially when Peyton uses him.
Well, he's also got that release down too.
So the game really turns into not who can win at 2K, it's who can actually beat Peyton
Peyton,
at
yeah.
2K. And I wrote the book on how to do it, although I was unable to do it. And my plan was to just take Kobe.
He took Kobe with Kobe.
Took Kobe versus Kobe. That I also would shoot threes with other players on my team to try to just somehow gain
Balance it out.
more points than him. I lost. But Marcus, you were the first one to do it.
Well, that was until something happened. I got sick.
What?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. It happened before.
Yes, I did not beat Peyton.
So mid-game, you got sick.
Yes. We had these. Okay. To bring it back a little.
Okay.
Well, actually, bring it back way back because we went to the beach to play spike ball, right?
Yes.
Spike ball.
That was a good time.
Me, you, Marcus,
And Peyton.
Peyton played
Oh, a
spike
little
ball for
plug.
like
That spike ball is a little time lapse in my Spotify cover art thing.
Oh yeah, go give Marcus a follow on his As the Deer Instagram
as
page.
the D33R.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Would you just give yourself a shout out?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay.
No, give yourself a shout out. I'm
Uh,
serious.
You did it for me. I'll just piggyback.
He's too
on
humble.
D
Go
three
give-
three
it's as
R.
the
as the D.
and then instead of deer, it's D33R. And correct me if I'm wrong.
That is right.
Okay.
Go give him a follow on Instagram. He makes some great stuff. He's got
Anyways,
how many songs
If
you
you
got
like
now?
I have
Screamo,
two
you'll
right
love
now.
this.
So he's got 2 songs on him. Go give him a listen and a like. A listen and a like.
did you
Listen.
say Screamo?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Give us a taste of your Screamo really fast.
I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. We don't want anyone's ears to be hurt tonight.
Oh.
Okay.
But that was literally the-
Marcus doesn't do Screamo.
You got super close to the mic there.
It was all a joke.
It's kind of how honest I am. I'm just super close about my honesty.
All right.
So sick, Marcus.
Spike ball.
Spike ball.
That spike ball we've played a
yeah.
very long time.
That was so much fun.
Like-
It was like in the stands. You could just yeet yourself towards the
It was
ball
fun.
if you could
Yeah,
think you could
and
get
we
there.
had a group of guys that just knew how to play.
There was
spike
4
ball.
of us.
Very competitive.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great. I think we switched up the teams a couple of times just to make it more even, but it was fun.
We were getting
Like-
people.
It was you and me on a team, and there was Peyton and Marcus.
I'm pretty
Right?
sure
We
the
kept
people
winning too much.
who
You
were
decided to
walking-
split us up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm pretty
You're
sure
right.
the people who were walking by wanted to play.
Yeah, and each game was close. Like it wasn't like a blowout. It was like win by 2.
Yeah.
And then like it was like going on. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Intense game. We get a phone call from Aaron. He's like, "Hey, we're going to go to the Pelican. Do you want something?" And I was thinking, Pelican is a burger place, and it's like $15-$20 a burger. So I
Ridiculous.
said, negative. I'm gonna save my money. We got food from the BBT. And so they go to do that. We play on the beach for a while. We walk back up when we were done.
Little did we know that Aaron was paying for everybody.
And he didn't decide to mention that.
There was no mention in this phone call about probably the most
possibility.
important thing that could have been mentioned, that everything was going to be
Paid for by Aaron himself.
And we get down to our Thanksgiving feast that we were invited to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And-
Everyone's sitting there just eating French fries,
Yeah.
What did we have?
burgers,
What did we have?
fish and chips.
Didn't we have brats?
We
Yeah,
had-
we ate these nasty
had-
brats. They were so
that,
bad.
That might be what we got
That
sick
might.
from.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that.
Those might be the things that made us sick.
I hate bratwurst.
Yeah.
So the
I hate
options were slice in half bratwurst.
That was the most nastiest thing.
That
Dude.
basically had char
Yeah.
covering the entire thing, or this gourmet gourmet cheeseburger from
Yeah.
the Pelican. That's probably
Well,
20
we had it. We
bucks.
split because there was an extra one.
They somehow gave us an extra burger, so we said that's ours. Thank you.
We'll split it. We'll split it, and it was Marcus, me.
I took a piece of lettuce.
Right?
It was you guys split.
we
it.
split it in half. He just had a bite.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I got a little bit sick, but I didn't get like nearly to what he got. Where he was like,
And I got
in
the
bed.
worst out of everybody.
Yeah,
I
you
got-
actually threw up.
You actually threw
Let's
up.
not mention that.
He did not throw. Well, he may or may not have. thrown
Yeah,
up.
cannot confirm nor deny.
It's
I did.
classified information. Like half of the stuff that we said on here was
Yeah.
supposed to be classified, but
If you're listening, you're probably family, so it's okay.
So back to when we were talking about the 2K experience with Kobe.
and Peyton utilizing Kobe to a
Yeah.
rig the
Peyton
whole.
knows how to play with Kobe very well.
No, Peyton created NBA 2K15.
Yes, that's a fact.
He
Yes.
went.
He coded.
He coded that whole game specifically to rig the game for Kobe.
So I was in the middle of playing with him, and
Real quick, what was your strategy to beat him? Because I didn't get to watch
I don't
that
really
game.
know what it was.
What team did
I had just played him a couple times, and I was like, I don't know who it was actually. I don't know
Yeah.
who I was playing as, but I had no strategy. I basically was just like, take Kobe out of the game. So that was basically how I started to try to beat him, and then I just like was focusing really hard because I thought I was okay at 2K.
Well,
Until
Marcus did actually really well. Like he held Peyton, and I think he had a lead.
yeah, I did.
And then that's when you got sick.
Yeah, and then I had a lead, and then once I had the lead, I smelled the pizza, and it set something off.
And
And
you
I
just-
don't know if it was from. You guys think it's a hamburger? I don't know.
I think it was a combination of just everything. Maybe it was because we were exhausted.
I ended up
Coming
beating it
back.
the worst.
Yeah, I know.
Because I think we went.
Bad.
It was such a competitive game of spike ball that we were so hungry when we came back and we ate it with so much taste. I think, and maybe that's what triggered it. I have no idea.
Anyway, so Marcus got nausea.
Yes.
Yep.
And was not able to beat Peyton, which actually upset me. I was
Yeah.
like, I wanted to beat this guy. I want to beat Peyton.
Still unbeaten.
Yeah, still unbeaten.
When
with
he's
Kobe.
played as Kobe.
Well, yeah, we figured out how to beat him with other teams, but when he plays with Kobe,
Unstoppable.
it's just
Like he's good.
You can be the
when
best
He plays
and-
as the Spurs.
yeah.
He's
Spurs.
good.
He as a team, when he plays with a team, the San Antonio Spurs is his team.
Yep.
When you want a guy to beat you, he'll take the Los Angeles Lakers, and he will crush you with Kobe,
Crush your dreams.
Everything.
your future.
Anyways, you got sick, and we all you were in the bathroom. We gave you a candle.
Oh, this is the bros came together.
Yes.
The bros,
I wish.
Reunited.
the bros came together. I was laying on the floor like I was about to die,
Mm-hmm.
and I UV comes in with candles and lights
He's
probably
like,
like
"This
5 candles to like drown out the smell of pizza that was just like destroying the house. But you know, like
I
when,
thought it smelled
I thought it
good.
was great.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Pizza usually smells good, not when you're feeling like you're gonna puke. Oh goodness.
We just had pizza right before this podcast.
You want a bite?
I'll take a bite.
Oh no.
That's gross. Don't chew into the camera. Okay, speak, Marcus.
Okay. So basically, I was just dying. UV comes in, and then Jackson had this like interesting idea of Sprite helping out like your
Tummy.
stomach. And if you're watching this, Jackson, you just talked to me about this like 5 times. Thank you.
Well, it worked.
It does work.
It just makes you feel
It
sick for us
just
a little bit.
kind of like suppresses the like feeling of throwing up a little bit
Hmm.
because I think the taste of it and the carbonation just helps your stomach somehow. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I sat there for like an hour or two, and then for some reason just I don't know. Probably the boys were praying for me,
Mm-hmm.
and it went away, and it just
And Marcus was
and I was
Back to his
I
normal
was
self.
back.
Playing as Jay Darwin.
So probably
Down.
the worst part of this was that I didn't get to beat Peyton.
Peyton, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I had the after Marcus felt better, I was kind of like, I'm worried that maybe I'm not going to feel good because I ate the same foods. In the middle of the night, because I'm laying there trying to fall asleep, and I was like, yep, here it is. Yep. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to lay here and try to like control it, be fine. And after a while, I was like, I'm sorry. Like gross warning, skip ahead like 2 minutes if you're grossed out easily. Okay, here we go.
Just skip ahead 2 minutes right now.
was like, I'm just gonna go puke and get this out of my system. Like, I'm sick of this. And so I go to the bathroom, and it wasn't hard. I wanted to puke. It was the real deal. Puke, and everyone shares rooms, and I shared a room with David Heights, and I had the lights off. I was trying to be quiet. I didn't want to wake him up, and then like I was, they're like, oh, I'm having a hard time. And I was like, he's not awake at this point, checking on me. After I just puked, I'm just turning on the lights. I'm not gonna try to be quiet. Like, if you're not gonna like hear that, you're not gonna hear me.
He's like,
and I ended up puking again one more time, and I felt great. I went right to bed.
and you woke up
So,
the next.
so did David wake up?
No, he never woke up.
The thing is, Hunter woke up the next morning, and you were
That's fine.
fine.
Yeah.
I think it was just something that we ate.
I think it was.
I think it was. Either that or you're just really tired.
Yeah.
I usually don't. I wasn't that tired. I'm kind of the old guy of the group. Like, even I'm not the oldest one that goes, but I'm the old person because I like to get enough sleep. Because if I don't get enough sleep, I usually do get sick. And I had plenty of sleep. I actually miss out on a lot of stuff, like the late night bro
Yes.
talks. I always miss out on those.
We actually, it was like what?
We had
That last night, we had a really deep conversation, and we stayed up till what, 5?
4 or 5
I think it was
in the
5 in the
morning.
morning, and we had to be up by.
I was in
like
bed by
8:30.
12:30, easy.
Yeah, we just, it was like, I think it was 5 o'clock.
And
we,
then Hunter was like feeling bad, I guess.
because you
waking
woke us up,
so
because you
early.
came back the next morning, you woke
Yeah.
us all up at like 8:30.
No one, if I were to be like, "Hey guys, time to get up," they're like, "We went to bed at 5." I would have been like, "Oh, go back to sleep. We'll try. We'll try."
But nobody let you know that.
because I found it like on the way home, basically.
I think I was telling you, because
Yeah.
you didn't know.
Yeah, usually the leaving days is when I get the most stressed out because it's like the house has to be clean.
That's
everything
when all the rules come out. We're all like,
yeah, boom.
you do this,
Bottle
you do
boy,
this.
garbage boy, kitchen cleaner boy.
Wait,
Bed sheets.
are you
Blank
usually the
boys.
delegate? What I forget what you do usually. Usually the
Everything.
laundry,
I make sure everybody does everything.
Yeah,
and I do
laundry.
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 The laundry.
Anyway, so yeah, it was the last morning I woke you guys up, and they were just like you weren't even in bed. You were on like the beanbag just
Well, actually,
out.
what's funny is that night we were all like in the couch area, and there was like, I think there's 6 of us down there. We were just talking, and by the time everybody decided to go to bed, there was 2 free beds. Nobody was sleeping in it, and I'm sitting on a beanbag. I was like, I'll sleep on the beanbag, and then I think it was like maybe 15, 20 minutes. I was like, we're not talking. Everybody's done. Everybody's kind of like in that moment. I was like, I'm taking a bed. I'm not sleeping on a beanbag tonight. I think actually Jackson went and did the same thing.
Smart man.
I just went on the couch.
You were on the couch. You
Well, that
crashed
isn't
on
that
That's how he gets sponsored. If you
Yes.
just go to bed on time.
Jackson?
Go to bed at 5 in the morning and
Jackson
still be considered
Gazelle.
on time.
Gazelle clubs.
Is the outclass.
Anyways, there's a ton of BBT stories that we could tell.
If we went on and on, this would be like a documentary.
5 hour.
This would be a
Yeah.
5-hour
the
documentary.
Last Dance, it's the last BBT.
Yeah.
It would be like 6 episodes.
The BBTs are actually the most like documented things we've probably ever
There's
done in
so
our
many
life.
photos
yeah,
and videos.
Probably.
We have photo shares, and each person adds their photos on here, and they go forever. Every little moment is saved.
Which is another thing. Hunter has this like uncanny ability to capture moments.
It's always in the perfect
like
timing.
every time, like almost every.
Just like Jack,
okay,
just by Marcus
this,
throwing the ball near Jackson.
Yeah.
This isn't
Connor
at the
Cameron.
BBT, but we were at
Oh, yeah.
we're at Mod Pizza. You weren't there,
Oh man.
but we were at Mod Pizza like a couple nights ago, like a week ago, after a Sunday night church service, and we go to Mod Pizza and like a group of, I don't know, 25,
No, it was like 40. There was a
30
lot of people. We'll have
30,
pictures.
30 people from another church, all in suits and ties.
This reminds me of when we went to Chang's 2-3 Sundays ago.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people from church.
Not from our church though.
I
but-
know.
Yeah.
But when
Mod
we were-
Pizza's a different place though.
Yeah, when we went in there, they just came in, and then these guys came up to me and just like pointed at me and were like, "Nice bow tie." and then I look back at them, and then I like see their bow tie, and I'm like, "Nice bow tie."
And
and
Did they have-
as
did
this
you guys
is
have the same bow
happening,
tie on?
somehow Hunter.
taking a
Guys,
photo.
like-
Hold on, I gotta see this.
Okay, so I was taking a picture of the group of people because there was like infinity people that just walked in, and I hear over my shoulder, "Nice bow tie," and I hear Marcus. We'll put it on the screen right now, but it's just Marcus sitting there in this
Dude.
booth, pointing at these 2 dudes who
You-
are also wearing bow ties.
You know what's
Just-
funny? Your guys' faces are like all the same.
I know. We all had the same
Not
reaction.
even kidding. Like you guys are like,
pure glee,
Nice
just
bow tie.
absolute jubilation.
And I've never seen those guys in my
Yeah.
life.
Actually, that was kind of the game
That's funny, though.
of that evening. Is we were trying to figure out, like, okay, what is their denomination?
Yes.
You guys ever figured out?
No, we
We should have asked him.
Hunter asked.
I found
Oh, yeah.
out at the
What-
end.
Oh,
What did you think they were? We heard.
I thought I was hearing Mormon.
I heard
Mormon
Mormons
a
tossed
lot.
around about. I was like, those people are definitely Romanian. I had just have this magical ability to tell when someone's Romanian.
well, that's not a Christian denomination. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it
though.
kind of is sometimes.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's at the end. We were all leaving. I walked up and I was like, "Hey, so we could tell that you're church people. We just came from church too because we were wearing our church clothes as well."
suits.
And they were like, "Oh, cool. What church you gotta do?" We're like, "Oh, well, that's what we were wondering. What is your denomination?" And they said Romanian Baptist, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Was it more because you
A
were like
Romanian
you
Baptist,
were
really?
were you cheering because you were right, or are you cheering because
they were Romanian and I was right.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
We knew they were going to church for sure, but
Yeah.
Anyway, so the joke was that evening they're like, "What if they're Romanian Mormons?" And I was like, "I don't think
I
they're
don't- that's a
allowed to do that."
possibility.
I think that is.
I mean,
think
it
that's
could be, but I think that's highly unlikely.
That's illegal for Romanians. I'm
Right to
sorry.
jail.
Right to
right
jail.
away, like straight.
Anyway, so yeah, good times. Oh my word. Okay, kind of a tangent. Might be for like a wrap up of the show. We were at church the other day,
Oh, this is good.
and we were in the front row.
Second.
Were you near me? I
No,
can't
I
remember.
was right.
I was.
Use you.
I
I
was
was right
up in the
there. So- no,
balcony
so-
with Jackson.
No, this was you were there's we had the front row. The mid. No, we took that second row. We took
we
that
were the
rope.
second from
we
the
took
front.
that rope, right? Yeah, that's right. I remember that because it's awkward.
Patrick and Holly, the pastor's daughter, is in front of us.
We
Ethan, Joe next to me. And it was during the sermon, so Pastor Dave was not preaching, but he just starts coughing.
we thought it was nothing, just because it's just a little heckle.
Well, here's the problem. I have teased Pastor Dave about him coughing before because he just coughs like it's no big deal. And so I'm worried that he's going to see me seeing
start
him
laughing.
Oh, yeah,
coughing.
that's
And
the
start
worst.
laughing.
I don't want to get him the giggles because that
While
would be
he's
bad.
coughing, so
While
it's
he's
like a-
coughing.
I,
In
you know
the
what's
middle
funny?
of the sermon.
I've caught. Actually, I think my little brother Benjamin has caught eye contact with David Warburg during choir.
I have seen this happen.
and then,
I can
I can
confirm.
see David just trying to avoid it, but they're laughing. They're just like trying to just like.
I've definitely.
I know
seen,
that. I know what that happens.
I've definitely seen David make eye contact with many people before,
And
he-
try to keep
he
it straight.
cannot contain himself.
Shout out to
Everything.
David.
Yeah.
We love
Oh.
you, David.
Yeah. That's my brother-in-law. Let's go. Anyway, so yeah, Dave is coughing. Pastor Dave is coughing. And in front of me is Patrick and Holly, who are close ties to him. And then Ethan. And I could feel the giggles boiling up inside of me. Because if I were to go,
I was already.
it would have been
Patrick-
game over.
Patrick
Game
erupt.
over. Patrick would have been able to hear me. These two guys would have heard me.
I would have.
Holly would have heard me. Everyone would have been laughing.
I was already laughing. Holly even. I saw this happen. Holly leaned over to Patrick when it was happening, and I'm almost 100% sure she was saying something about the cough. Because he was trying. It was like he even tried to get some water to calm it down.
Oh, that water bottle was working hard.
That was stressful, dude. It was like the little mini water
I felt
bottles.
so bad though because he was trying to get it open fast without coughing anymore. I felt so bad because I know what that's like. You get a tickle in your throat, you just want to get it out, but you try to suppress it. You got to hold that in.
It's probably one of the worst feelings.
Apparently, I was talking to Holly and Patrick about it later, and Holly said that she had a cough drop and she almost
Went up
threw it mid-sermon, threw it at her father.
He was
Just-
looking. Did you see that? He was looking for a cough drop.
Oh, really?
He was looking through his
Yes, I
pockets.
did see
He was
that.
trying to get- he was
Oh,
trying to
I
find
was
it.
wondering what he was doing.
Do you
Yeah,
know what's
he's
really
right.
bad? I have no idea what the sermon was about.
No.
Because I was so focused on not laughing at Dave coughing.
Hold on, if I think hard enough, I might be able to think about.
I know who
what-
preached. It was Priskett.
It was
Brother
Tom Priskett. Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I got a big kick out
Who
of
was?
that.
Yeah. Who? What? What was the sermon about?
I don't know. There's no weird props. That's the best part about Priskett.
What
is
was
the
funny?
props.
What was funny is the fact that it happened during the.
Did the props come
sermon.
out that service?
I don't think there was.
There was no prop there. Service.
I don't remember.
No, that sermon.
Oh, it was Roth who brought out the
Roth.
fruits.
Roth's our boss, man. Roth's the
He
boss.
brought a
is
lime
boss.
out and a banana.
Banana. 4 bananas.
Like
2
this.
bananas.
It kind of show how.
Yeah.
Two ripe. Do we have
Basically,
them?
Roth's up there preaching, and like to wrap up his sermon.
He has them in his pocket.
he just like has it in like either suit coat pocket, and so he's just like preaching, and he's like, and if you were to have a banana, or like what?
Like it came out of nowhere though.
Out of nowhere, and then he's like, what about this banana?
That's
He's
awesome.
like, he brought like an orange, or sorry, it was a lime.
It was a lime.
And then another lime. It was There was like. It was like, dude, how long have you had that
I
in your
know, I was
pocket?
like,
Also,
wow.
I'm super hungry. Can I have one?
Well, my thing was like, if you put your suit jacket on, anything is
It
gonna like
bulges.
bulge.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
I didn't either. That's
Like there
what
was
I was
nothing
thinking.
like here. I was like, wow.
It was like it was concealed.
It was
a
concealed.
concealed carry.
It
It was
Carry
concealed carry banana.
CCB.
CCB. CCL.
I see concealed.
Concealed carry
concealed
lime.
carry lime.
Oh, lime. License? Oh, yeah.
I think the CCL is a real thing though. It is a license.
Probably.
All right. Well, I think that'll conclude. Well, you got one more
We
thing?
have one more update from the last podcast. We were kind of complaining about how there's the girl circles at church
Oh, that's
and the guy
right,
circles
yeah.
at church.
Oh goodness.
We merged.
It happened
It happened for the first time.
for like 10 minutes.
It didn't even. This was all natural. It wasn't even like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to go do this.
Mhm.
This happened.
Naturally.
It was a big circle, guys and girls.
Boom, we'll add a photo, but it's just like guy shoes, girl
Look.
shoe, girl shoe, guy shoe.
And then we mentioned it
And then
out
just-
loud, and
yeah,
then it disappeared.
just stopped. And they're like, oh, sorry, my bad. They
I don't
didn't
know.
say that,
I don't know
but
what it is.
In their minds, they said it.
The girls were like, oh man, guys, gotta book it now.
No, actually, we went to go eat food. I think that's why we stopped.
They split. Everybody kind of just went back to their own group after that. We talked, and then we mentioned it back to their clique.
Did you bring it up like normal, or did you just?
I brought it up. I have a picture. I took a picture of it.
Oh, it happened. It just
Put that up.
we said
Oh,
it. We
baby.
literally said it right there, and we referenced the last podcast episode too.
Mhm,
Oh.
mhm. I was like, it's happening.
That's awesome.
No, it was funny.
And then all the girls pepper sprayed us. No, that didn't happen.
Actually, it was hairspray.
Hairspray.
And that's how.
I take
that's why
offense
we
to
never
that.
merged.
I take offense to the hairspray joke. That's not funny.
Cause
Ball joke.
Got him.
well, I think that will
That
conclude the second episode of the Joe Buliga Show. I want to thank Hunter and Marcus for taking the time to come on, talk about the BBT and their interesting experiences,
Puking.
fun experiences, puking.
Oh.
You guys have a great, I should say, you guys have a Merry Christmas. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Let us know what you thought. Signing off, Joe Buliga Show.
Joe Buliga Show. Tag us.
Merry Christmas. Cancelled. Joe Buliga podcast. Cancelled.